Welcome to Sermons in the Park, a ministry exploring biblical truth from the Word of God, focusing on the truths that help us in our daily walk with Christ in every aspect of our lives. Now, here is your Reverend Jamie McCaskill.
Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you doing today? I want to just say this is just a quick little update video. First off, I wanted to try out this new microphone, so if this works out good for this little camera, I'll be able to go out like on the scene and do little reporting style videos along with the recording audios that I'm trying to start doing for the podcast. That's why I have this in my hand. I actually had the camera on this before I started. I thought this little screw on the hole had threads on the bottom, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted to do this little update. Next week, Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I'm going to do a new episode on the podcast that I think you should all tune into. If you follow me over on Facebook, you probably have already seen me post about it. I'm going to do a little. I don't remember what I'm going to. I'm not 100% settled on what the title will be yet, but I'm considering it being unbiblical quotes that Christians believe. Because there are several, okay? And when you're tuning into this, I'm going to ask you this. Please don't get offended by anything I'm saying, because I'm not saying you're wrong for saying these things or anything like that. But they are unbiblical things that Christians believe. If you've been following my sermons for long enough, you've already heard me mention one of them in the past, and it actually caused an argument between me and a friend of mine, because he is one of the strong believers in that one, and that is I will just reveal now, the quote is, and I'm sure you've said it, I have myself in the past been guilty of saying it, I know several of you have, and that is, God helps those who help themselves. If you want to know why that's unbiblical, tune in, we'll be talking about that one. There's several other ones. I'm not going to go into too many of them here on this little short video that's just meant to be, yes, short, just a kind of a way of letting you know what's going on. I'm trying to get the lady who had traded treasures here in town to get on and speak with me as well, because apparently there's been some controversy in town with people. I don't know the full story, but I know that it was bad enough that the poor lady who was just trying to help people, she wasn't charging for her services, she wasn't selling the products, she just was giving them to people in need. Why anyone in town or surrounding area would feel they need to shut that down, I don't know. But I do know when I was speaking with her that day, she did mention that a local minister was coming to her and basically saying that since she wasn't a member of his congregation, he wasn't going to support her or donate to her charity, if you will. That is not a Christian way to look at things. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that, right? So, but yes, I'm trying to, I don't know when it'll be, but me and her are going to sit down and talk on the podcast about that. I'm also almost done with that book that I told you, the author. We're going to be interviewing him on the podcast soon after I finish the book. And speaking of that, guys, if you're watching this and you would like to, if you have a testimony you would like to bring and come over on the podcast and talk about, I would love to have you. If you're a local minister and you would just like to get on the podcast, maybe deliver a message here on Sermons in the Park one Sunday, I would love to have you. It would be an honor and a privilege to have you on the show, to deliver a message. You could use it as a way of drawing more people to your church. I do not have an issue with that. So thank you all. May God continue to bless and keep each and every one of you, and I'll see you all here soon on an all-new Sermons in the Park as that truck goes by. Thank you, and God bless.
You have been listening to Sermons in the Park with Reverend Jamie McCaskill. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble. And as always, thank you for listening.